Chapter 13. The Hippie Foxes. On the far side of the forest, nowhere near the rabbits' bubbling chaos or the hedgehog's dramatic training ground, lay a peaceful grove where the world seemed to move at half speed. Sunlight filtered lazily through the branches. Butterflies drifted without any particular destination, and the air smelled faintly of chamomile and absolutely nothing urgent. This was the home of the hippie foxes. They were not hunters. They were not sly tricksters. They were, above all else, extremely committed to doing absolutely nothing. Bruna the fox lay stretched across a hammock woven from wild vines, rocking back and forth ever so gently. A flower rested between her teeth, mostly for aesthetic reasons. "Today," she announced to no one in particular, "I have already accomplished enough." I woke up. Sonia sat on a large, flat stone nearby, eyes half closed, paws resting lightly on her knees. She breathed in deeply, then spoke in a slow, philosophical tone. "If there is nowhere to run, does that mean we have already arrived?" Bruna took a moment to consider this. "We arrived yesterday," she said. "The world is simply late." A few steps away, Fox Joe attempted to tune a guitar he had found near a campsite last summer. He plucked a string, winced, plucked again, sighed, and finally declared, "True harmony must come from within." Then, without hesitation, he began singing a song composed entirely of the word carrot. Carrot river, flowing softly, flowing free. Carrot, carrot, carrot river. The foxes didn't mind. They believed observation was as valuable as action, sometimes more. So they watched the forest breathing, watched clouds drifting lazily overhead, watched a beetle dragging a leaf 3 times its size, and debated whether the beetle was on a spiritual journey or simply lost. Joe strummed another shaky chord. "Life," he said, "is like a guitar." Sonia opened one eye. "Because it needs tuning?" "Because," Joe replied confidently. "Sometimes it makes noise." Bruna's hammock spun gently as she exhaled. Profound. For a while, everything was completely calm. Quiet breezes, warm sunlight, sleepy foxes, and the soft echo of Joe's endless carrot song, blending into the rustling leaves. None of them knew that only a short distance away, Little Red Hood had just stepped into her grandmother's cottage. None of them sensed the wolf pulling blankets up to his chin, and absolutely none of them were prepared for how quickly the peaceful balance of the forest was about to change. But that was a problem for later. For now, the foxes continued to exist in their perfect peaceful moment. A moment made of hammocks, tea, music, and the comforting belief that the world could wait just a little longer.